Everybody, it's Old School Nerd. I don't know if you guys know, but Feuerschwanz has a brand new album coming out in just a few days. It's called Knightclub, and we've already checked out some of the videos and songs from this album. Some have had us inspired, some have talked about the unsung hero of the Lord of the Rings. Some have had us question our sanity altogether. That's the beautiful part about Feuerschwanz. Well, before that album comes out and the next Feuerschwanz tour, I wanted to talk to somebody. And the only person I could think of that would actually know the answers to some of my questions that I have about the tour, about the album, about the collaborations, the opening act on the tour, Lord of the Lost, Feuerschwanz, Lords of Fire. Oh my God, who's opening up for them? And then we find out and it's like, yeah, we have so many questions to ask. So I thought the guy to ask would be the guy in the hat. Yep, that guy, HANZ PLATZ. Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. That's the guy right there. That's the hardest working man in show business. I know people thought it was James Brown for a long time. Some people thought it was Ozzy back in the day. No, you are the hardest working man in metal. You are. You have way too many things going on all at once.
I don't know.
Everybody, that's HANZ PLATZ, the guitarist for how many bands? How many projects do you have?
Just two. It's just two bands. You know, that's not too much.
Nobody believes him. I think it's more than that. I think he's collaborating more. I don't know.
You know, it's like Lego toys. You don't. Two is nothing. Like you can have the Star Wars destroyer. You have the Millennium Falcon, and there's still some space for more, I guess.
You got more space. Nice. All right. So you've had a really spectacular summer. So let's talk about the boys, the family, not the boys, the family, because there's some mighty women in this band. Let's talk about Feuerschwanz so far this year. So what's been going on? Nightclub and this album and the tours and the summertime. What's going on?
Oh, a lot has been going on actually since our anniversary show last December in the Krugerhalle in Essen, which was our largest indoor show we ever did in front of like 6,000 people, I think.
It's pretty awesome.
And we had Melissa on stage, we had Dark on stage, we had Gavin from Miracle of Sound on stage, and Fabienne with her band was opening together with the Apokalyptischen Reiter. It was a huge emotional show. But then fate hit us very hard the week after because our front of house mixer died suddenly.
I saw that, but it was your front of house mixer, but he was well known. Like a lot of people were like hit hard by that. He's worked for a lot of people.
He also worked for Powerwolf, and he was with us like for like 15 years. Since I've been in the band, he was there basically. He joined the Feuerschwanz team when I joined basically, and that was really hard. It was tough because he was more than a close friend. You know, he's as you said, it's family.
Family,
and
yeah.
And it's not just the people on stage; it's also the people which you might not see, like all the crew which goes with you all the way. Like and that was like that was quite sad, and
I think it's good and bad for all of us out here. We always, for years, when you and I were kids, because we're the same age, when we were kids, you know, you always thought of rock stars as being bigger than life and nothing ever touches them. And the last few years with the internet and being able to blog and share things online, artists can really open up and share the personal struggles that it is, the sacrifice you have to make this music. And of course, you know, Tank, the tech, the reactor who now works for Electric Callboy, his vlogs about everything behind the scenes really shows it's a sacrifice. And then the people that you lose, they're not just family for you, but you realize how much time they sacrifice away from home when it comes to touring. Because for a front of house mixer, you really see most of their work when you're on the road and they're not at home. And it's a struggle. So when you guys posted that, I was like, wow, because that's a huge loss to have, not just from a professional standpoint, because a good front of house mixer is key for a live performance, but also the personal. This is someone you trust with your art. So it's more than beyond it. And it's family because the friendship and the struggles on the road builds that love. So,
And yeah, absolutely. And he always was honest to us, when we did suck, he told us.
well, that's how
that's
you know
good.
that's how you know they're real. They're real family when they'll tell you
absolutely.
that was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but we went on afterwards, and then, yeah, the ESC pre-selection started, and I don't know how if people in America know about the ESC in
More
Europe.
than you realize.
Okay. Anyway, we tried to get into it, and we didn't expect to be taken anyway, because we thought we would be way too nerdy with our costumes and the sound might be too hard. But yeah, they took us, to our surprise. And yeah, and we went to the first TV show, and we got to the second round. So there was the second TV show, and then to the third, and we made it to the final. And we spent 4 weeks, I think, around Cologne, rehearsing and preparing the TV shows. And that was a lot of time. That was very intense.
Yeah.
It was completely different to what we usually do, because when you're on the road, you're playing for like 2 hours a night. But if you're doing a TV show, everything was live. Actually, we played live. It wasn't a playback show. Usually, TV is playback, but we really played live. So you just had those 3 minutes on TV, and you couldn't fail.
Yeah, it's
so that's you have to be spot on. So it has been a lot of rehearsals, and where's the camera pointing at, and stuff like that. And that was pretty interesting to experience.
I talked to Pi just a couple days ago from Lord of the Lost,
Okay.
and he had similar, like, man, you think you're ready for that because you're like, oh, it's like it can't be any worse than playing a festival, and he was like, it is all encompassing. It's not just the the nerves up to that performance moment, but it's the time you have to wait. It's the standby, it's the rehearsals, it's all the stuff you don't even think about when you perform live music. You have to think about that stuff. It's a journey. And I know you were like surprised. I know you guys were surprised they picked y'all, because we were too, because that would be back to back kind of a metal band like Lord of the Lost, and then the next year, or just, a couple of years later, to do another one of that type. It's almost like you don't expect them to do it again, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it. So it's like things that you thought would just be every once in a while, they're like really taking chances. And it was good to see that the German crowd really loved Knightclub. I thought it was they not necessarily too nerdy. I think it really was a great balance of the energy of the German people, the creativity. But you know what? You gotta have fun. And if you can't have fun, why are we even here? And so I love Knightclub. So I was proud of you guys. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And you asked, do we even pay attention to that here? We do, but we don't. Like, we pay attention, like the younger people, like my kids, when they found out it was Feuerschwanz, she goes, I know that band. And I'm like, right? She was all pumped up, but she follows how the countries pick their singers. The younger generation really gets into it here. The older generation, like myself, we're not really into it. We look at it kind of like how those of you in Europe would look at the Super Bowl for football here, or WrestleMania for wrestling. It's like, it's there, you've heard of it, but that's not here,
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah.
It's big, but you don't really, for you, it's not as big, but you can watch it and go, that is bananas. We get it, but we don't really, we can't appreciate it to that level. But yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Okay. Yeah, it was super interesting. Yeah, in the end we didn't make it, but it was still a great journey, and I think we got so much attention by the mainstream media, by the mainstream press, like even the tabloids and stuff like that. That was not expected from us. That they really appreciated what we did.
Isn't it funny how the eyes that suddenly are looking at you and asking you questions were people that were always there? They just never looked. You guys have been there. It's like you're about to release the 12th Feuerschwanz album. It's not like you're a brand new band that didn't exist before. It's like, we've been here like the whole time.
When we drove home on the Sunday right after the last TV show, and when we came back to Bavaria and stuff, I had the radio turned on, and the major news came, like the 3 o'clock news or something, and they were talking about Putin, about Trump, about whatever, and then
whatever craziness.
All of a sudden, Feuerschwanz didn't make it into the final. Like in the mainstream news, it was like, what? It was crazy. Like it's something you never expect, But yeah, it was.
and now it's Eurovision alumni double on a double tour this fall. And we're going to talk about the tour here coming up, but we got to talk about Knightclub.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean the whole ESC thing. It was a lot of time we spent there, so and that time was missing from our album production. So we had to postpone it a little bit, unfortunately, because it was the end of the production, like last recordings had to be done, the mixing process, and we have been like 4 weeks, as I said, in Cologne, and we couldn't do anything. So everything was delayed a little bit because of all the time we had to spend there. But yeah, I think the album turned out really good.
I would say that it's different, but it's kind of not. It's almost like with Warriors and, Memento Mori, I find that Memento Mori was such a heavy storytelling in her album. For me, it was my first Feuerschwanz album. I was late to the party. This one had a great balance. Mm-hmm. You have things like Gangnam Style, which I still have nightmares. Because if I close my eyes and if I've eaten something spicy, I fall asleep and all I see is Ben's thrusting over Hauptmann's head. And it's a lot. Anyway, that's an artistic expression. You own it. That's on you. But you have Nightclub, covers like Gangnam Style, having the fun, the energy, the party atmosphere that is Feuerschwanz for all of us that have always loved the band. Then you also have the ones that catch people's attention, like Valhalla and Lords of Fire, that collaboration that apparently you guys shot in like a day. It didn't take long to shoot that, did it?
1 day.
Yeah. But it set the tone, because when that popped out, everyone's like, oh, they've got a tour. They have to tour now. And then sure enough, Lords of Fire is not only the name of the song and the video, it's the name of the tour. Describe to me, I know you don't, every time I've asked you this, you say, I don't, but is there a particular song from the album, and I had to do this with Pi too, because he didn't want to answer this, because he loves them all. Is there one particular song that is not going to get a video, that if people buy the album, and you should buy the album, stupid, that you wish could be a video, or that you're like, it's on the album, it won't get a video, but man, check out this song. It's really one of my favorites. Do you have a song like that?
Yeah, I will mention a couple of songs, I guess.
Yes.
Testament, for example, is a song which is I think it fits a little bit in the history of das 11. Gebot and Memento Mori, actually, lyric-wise.
Okay.
So it has that kind of feeling. But then there's Der Name der Rose. I don't know if you know the book by Umberto Eco, The Name of the Rose. It is a classic literary novel. I have not read it, but it is one on the ones of lists that I've known of. There's a great movie with Sean Connery, and you should watch it if you haven't yet. It's of the Dark Ages, about monks and a love affair in a monastery and a criminal. It's very interesting, and if you read the book, you learn a lot about history and philosophy back then, about it's super interesting. And that song picks up the story in the contrast, the controversy between love and passion, love and faith, and then the conflicts you might have. Monks in a monastery, they're not supposed to love anybody.
Yeah.
And so on. Then there's Drunken Dragon, which I really like a lot.
Oh, okay.
It's not about love. It's a great party song, I think. It will be, I think this song will be great live on stage.
Yeah, you do have those songs that are anthems, Mm-hmm. You write these guitar parts for these, and you're like, This is going to be an anthem. And then you have the ones that's like, the crowd's just going to jump and dance to this. They're just going to have a party. And you know your audience. You know what you're trying to do. And not to poke fun at you, but when you started talking about Namdaros and you were talking about its theming and you said monk and love, and you know that sends us back to the last album with that video you guys shot and with monks and what happens to them. But because the second you said it, I think Feuerschwanz, and I'm like, oh God. But okay, it's not the same thing. This one's serious. Nobody's attacking monks and dragging them off into castles.
Not this time. Not this time.
The Tale of Sam to Brave, is this Lord of the Rings themed?
This is Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
It's about the heroes that stands behind the hero, you know?
Okay.
The one without Sam, the ring wouldn't be destroyed. So
everyone thinks that Frodo was the hero, but it wasn't.
yeah, everybody wants to be Aragorn or Frodo or Legolas, but the real hero is Sam, actually, because without Sam,
it doesn't matter. They still all lose. They all, if Sam isn't Sam, they all still lose. None of them can save the world, but Sam was the only one that kept them from losing it all.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
And speaking about monks and monks being captured by maidens. Did you know that last weekend we actually had the last show with one of our shield maidens, and she's leaving us for a couple of months or until next spring because she's breeding a little dragon egg.
Oh no! Okay, which one?
Ela, the blonde.
Yes.
Ela.
I refer to them as one of the Mew Mews because they wear the cat. They used to wear
the Mew Mew, right?
Yeah, so the Mew Mews. I because if I thought because it was one or the other, and one of them plays the harp in this other band, and I was like, how's that going to work? But okay, no, congratulations to her. That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So now you're going to have like a little, like a miniature Feuerschwanz person.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to wait for it to finish baking, but yeah, you're gonna have baby Feuerschwanz. That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
you got to do a children's album now.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how that's gonna work, but it's children don't play with fire. So yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations. Question: we talked about Feuerschwanz. New album comes out August
2022.
22. I always have to ask the artist because sometimes we get information and then it's changed by the time we ask. So I just want to make sure. So coming up just this next month. So with this album, we've already seen a few videos. The one with Doro. Oh my God. What an epic video that was. When she calls them all to Valhalla and the fallen warriors rise, I'm just like, the visual matches the song, and I thought it was awesome. So, are there any further videos that we can expect before the album release or after the album release is coming up soon?
Yes.
Okay. And then that's how you answer that, everyone. You can't show your cards. You have to keep them. No. Yeah, come on.
Speaking of Doro, it's such an honor to have her on the album and on the video. And I tell you, she's such an incredibly nice person. I mean, when we were talking to her, she performed with all the legends. Like, she knew everybody. She talked to us about the small club gig she did with Metallica back then in Holland when they were playing a small club and everything. And she's so nice, and she's there from the 80s. She started.
I made mention
in the 80s, and she's still here rocking the stage. And this is.
I made mention that
I have so much respect, and I mean, being a woman back then on stage in the 80s, it's not easy today, but it has been much must have been much harder back then. So all my respect for her.
Could you imagine how she must feel now when she sees all the women in metal? That now it's not just it's back then it was her, Lita Ford, Pat Benatar. I mean, it was Joan Jett. There were very few women that were able to be respected and have that where they weren't just thought of as girls, right? And for her to still be on the stage, look around and see, not only is it's so common now. I mean, I have as many people that are, I think I've said this before, 70 plus % of the metal bands that I've done reactions to have women in bands, whether they're musicians or singers, or it is so common. It really is one of the best times to enjoy the genre metal. And I look at her as the metal godmother. If Disney has a fairy godmother, she paved the way for so many women, and to see her still and her voice in that song had so much wisdom and depth, and you're just like, she still got it. It was pretty awesome. So that was pretty incredible. Talk to me. The album's coming out, then you got to go on tour. So tell me a little bit about the touring that's coming up. You're doing this dual headlining. Tell me about the Lords of Fire, and then we're going to talk about something else that you also have to do, because apparently on this tour, 2 of you have to do double duty. But tell me about the Lords of Fire first.
Well, the Lords of Fire tour is just, we're all looking forward to it a lot, because we all know each other very good. And basically it's just a bunch of friends going on tour together, like all the 3 bands. We all love each other, and this will be so much fun, and it will be the biggest venues we ever played in Germany. So it will be huge. And yeah, it will be amazing. I mean, 2 big headliners with like a little bit different style of music, and it's complementing each other.
But y'all are going to combine for the song. Y'all are going to do a...
Yeah, exactly. We will. Exactly. And yeah, this will be a lot of fun. And if you won't be there, you're going to miss a lot, because that won't happen again. Such a tour.
Wow. So I won't see it at all. Okay.
And yes,
coming to a town near you, not near me. So jealous, but it's okay.
Yeah, you have to come over. Absolutely.
Right?
And yeah,
I need to come over when you guys are touring is what I need to do. I do have a question about the tour. So I know that you are going to be doing double duty, because the opening band for said tour, now you've done this before. This is not the first time that the Dark Side of the Moon has opened for Feuerschwanz. But this one's an even bigger production. It's a bigger tour. So both you and Jenny Dial, who's one of the Mew Mews, who does performance and everything for Feuerschwanz, plays harp. How do you guys go into that? How do you personally, because a lot of people are like, that seems like a lot to do 2 sets. How does that work for you? Tell us how you were able to pull that off, and how do you feel about that?
You have to sleep a lot and try to sleep every moment you can. But basically, the hard part is not being on stage. The hard part is all the day before, basically, because
sound check. Oh crap!
You have to do sound checks. You have to do meet and greets and stuff. You have appointments where we talk about the show with Feuerschwanz and stuff. So even all of the afternoon basically will be packed with stuff.
I think it's really interesting, because the project of the Dark Side of the Moon is we've talked about this many times, where you and I have spoken about this, how this is really the creative labor of love that you and Melissa came up, and to have Morten and to have Ginny as part of it, it really has become something special. To do it live, bass player, have you already picked your bass player for this tour?
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to spoil it unless you want to, but luckily between you, Melissa, and Morten, and Ginny, you guys know a lot of amazing musicians, and so finding someone to jump in, it
will be Kobe.
It's Kobe? Okay, great. For those who know Ad Infinitum, Kobe!
Yeah.
He is a great fit for you guys. He seems to have a lot of fun doing it.
And that's why I say it's family, because Melissa is with Feuerschwanz since we did Ding. So we have been to the wedding with all of the band, so it's just, we're all friends,
It's family. So it's an extended family.
It's like it is.
Except for Morten, that dude sits out on his own. I don't know.
it's not your family, but it's sort of a family, and you spend a lot of time with these people, and you know them very good. So yeah,
It's
it will
funny
be.
because you could just see Melissa and you calling Kobe and saying, what are you doing? He goes, well,
Mhm.
I know Melissa's on tour with that other band, so I guess I'm not doing anything. They're like, you want to go on tour too? Well, yeah, my Ad Infinitum's not playing. Melissa's with you. Done. And it always works like that. The only thing is, like I said, for both you and for Ginny, since y'all are in both bands, Feuerschwanz and Dark Side of the Moon, it is a tall order. You guys do have to put that extra effort and work. It's not easy. I, I, I can't imagine how hard that is, but it is rewarding, of course, because then you get to see your labor of love, your project that you guys came up with, get to show. And it's always fun because you know the people that love the Dark Side of the Moon, the fan base of the Dark Side of the Moon, the fan base of Ad Infinitum, the fan base of Feuerschwanz, it's all those fans. They know, they know they're pumped. So that tour goes through most of October. How far does it go into November? Or is it just
No, it's basically it's just 3 weekends.
Yeah,
in October.
you're burning through it.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it's in October. And
Okay.
then
So
the year's over, I think, almost. Yeah.
okay, before you go, super excited for everything you've got going on. But I have 3 questions.
Yes.
Okay.
3.
Okay, yes. One of them comes from, let's do Pie's question first. Pie, the guitarist from Lord of the Lost, has a question for you.
For
And
me.
this is the question. When you're on stage playing live, what animal is under that top hat? Hey, I didn't ask this. This is Pie. You can talk to him about it later. We have theories, but what is the animal that you have hidden under that hat?
What animal? Okay.
If you were a chef, you might have a rat because that's the movie.
For some weird reason, the first animal which came to my mind was a turtle.
A turtle. We were way off. Why a turtle?
I don't know. It was just
Okay,
the first
so
animal.
pie, it's a turtle.
All right.
I said rabbit because you're kind of a magician. And then Pie and I kind of agreed that based upon Hogwarts, it has to be either an owl, a cat, or a toad because you are kind of a wizard. But turtle.
But if I would think a little bit more about it, I would choose the raven, actually.
Oh, see, now you're getting really good because I remember the shoulders. And
Yeah, but the turtle was just the first I had in my mind. Like,
Go with turtle.
Yeah. Okay.
At our age, we're gonna go with turtle.
Yeah, we should.
Slow and steady, baby. That's how we roll. Okay, second.
Walk slowly and stuff like that. Yeah.
Second question. I asked Pie this. He had a completely weird answer because it's Pie. That's what he does. Other than stuff that you have, like guitars, can't say guitars, you can't say top hat, and you can't say outfit. What's the item coming up on this tour from home, or you have to get it on the road, you cannot live without for this tour?
But I can't live without. I'm sure. It's not my head and not.
It cannot be some of your equipment stuff. It's got to be something from home. What's a creature comfort or a food or something you have to get? Something that you got to have it on tour.
You need okay. It will be the real answer, not a funny answer.
That's fine.
Because I need my AirPods because I have a very light sleep. I have a super light sleep, and I need something in the bus for me to close down that I don't hear everything else. So and I usually watch some YouTube videos about black holes and the stars and stuff like that to fall asleep too.
You ready?
Yeah.
Pie gave the exact same answer.
Oh, really?
He said noise canceling earphones because sometimes there's just so much going on. If I don't have time to slow down and just get quiet, it can overwhelm you and you can carry that into your performance. And he's like, sometimes you just have to tune out all the chaos because sometimes touring is a little bit of chaos. So it makes sense. Hey, look, great minds think alike. All right.
You have people around you all the day. And
you love them. They're family, but they're family.
Right.
Okay. Last question, and then you can go. Okay. So everyone's asking me this. you're German. We knew that. What is your favorite German food? Childhood favorite. When you were growing up, mom, grandma, aunt, someone made this. It has, to this day, it's still one of your, when you see it, when you smell it, when you know you're going to get it, you immediately, it brings you back to childhood. What's the one food?
It must be German food, right?
Yeah. You know what? You're a man of the world. You're a global traveler. It doesn't have to be German food. It can be whatever you had.
Just thinking, try to think a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Go with turtle. Just whatever pops in your head.
Turtle legs.
Nope.
So, you know the Bavarian food? I don't know the English name, like the round potato balls.
Yeah.
Like the Bavarian stuff. Yeah, that's what I really like. What's the word? How do you call them?
It's like a potato ball, like is it baked or steamed?
I will Google it. Canoodle.
Oh, canoodle.
Yeah.
It's just canoodle.
Dumplings.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's canoodle dumpling.
Yeah.
We it's like Spätzle, but Spätzle's pushed through the grate. But if you just drop the dumpling versus putting it through the grate, technically they're Spätzle is because you push it through that pan. Otherwise, it's just
My grandma did Spätzle a lot, actually.
If I bring my wife to Germany, she will not come home. That's how much she loves German food. So when you say this, she's like, she loves German food. I love it too, but that's the next level. So it's her love. So there you go. Hans likes a good dumpling. He feeds his turtle dumplings that live under his hat.
Yeah. You don't want to know what's under this hat here, actually.
That's that cranium that comes up with all these crazy musical things.
That's for next time.
Exactly. All right. Love the new song from both Feuerschwanz and, of course, The Dark Side of the Moon. What a song. What a guitar solo, too. That outfit, that long coat that you wore in that video, dude, please tell me you have that forever and you're going to wear it on tour.
Sure. That's Dark Side of the Moon coat, which I'm wearing there. It's a little bit different from it's like the Feuerschwanz coat, but with a different color and design.
Yeah, it kind of goes with that wizard theme you have going on.
But you mentioned the guitar solo, right? From the song. You did like it?
I did. I really did. It was cool. There's two things that really caught my brain on that video and song. First was the guitar solo and the way you guys drove through it, kept it choral. The choruses were really big. The multiple layers of Melissa's vocals coming through, almost like it was a chorus singing, a choral group. But also the guitar solo. But my favorite part was how you guys bookended the song. You start the song and end the song with just Jenny on harp, Melissa with no effect, just raw vocal. Like I described it as if we sat in a room together, no crowd, just a room, nothing plugged in, Jenny playing a harp, Melissa singing the intro to that song, and there's no production, just the sound of a personal little that
very close.
Oh, I freaked out. I had to stop it. I was like, that right there, that is a personal, it was perfect. It was like reading a book. Not seeing the movie, not seeing a TV show, not seeing an anime, reading the book. It's just personal. Loved it. Yep. Good job. Loved it.
Thank you.
All right. So everybody, that's HANZ PLATZ. New album, new tour, way too much stuff going on. Under the hat is a turtle, and he feeds it dumplings. My name is OldSkuleNerd, and with that, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.